Here we go. All right, let's see what this turns into. Identify. Okay, it's called Earthbound. Grand skill, level 11 lightning bolt. Grand skill, level 11 spark. 93% increase lightning damage. 11% increase casting speed. 22% increase mana regeneration rate. Trigger spark skill on killing a shocked enemy. Needs 95 int, level 41. All right, going to be starting up a AI host Theorycraft of what you can be using to help complement the unique staff.
All right, so we're diving deep today into Earthbound, that unique Voltaic Staff from Path of Exile 2.
Right.
What jumps out at you from just these base stats?
Oh.
Expert speaker.
Well, for me, it's all about that unique property.
Okay.
Trigger spark on killing a shocked enemy.
Right.
93% increased lightning damage is fantastic, sure.
Yeah.
But that trigger, that's where the real build-defining potential lies.
Interesting.
I think chain reactions, wiping out packs with a cascade of sparks.
So right off the bat, we know we're not just building a typical lightning mage. Right. This is about setting up those shocks, capitalizing on them in a big way.
Totally.
Let's talk about skills that'll make those sparks fly.
Okay.
What are the must-haves for an Earthbound build?
I think the obvious choice that many players might initially overlook is lightning bolt.
It's a basic skill.
Yeah.
But that consistent shark chance is exactly what we need to get the ball rolling.
Right. Yeah.
Every kill with lightning bolt becomes the potential start of a chain reaction.
Okay. I can already see it.
Yeah.
Zap enemy down. Spark triggers, hits another enemy, another spark.
Right.
It's a beautiful, chaotic cycle of lightning.
It is.
What about arc?
Oh, yeah.
I love how it can bounce between enemies, potentially shocking a whole group.
Arc is fantastic paired with Earthbound for exactly that reason.
Yeah.
The more enemies it chains through, the higher the chance of triggering more sparks.
Oh, wow.
You can create some truly spectacular light shows.
Yeah.
Clearing entire screens with well-placed casts.
I've seen some discussion about lightning conduit as well.
Okay.
Massive damage on shocked enemies.
Right.
Sounds perfect, right?
It does.
Yeah.
And on paper, it seems like a match made in heaven.
Right.
However, there's a catch.
Lightning conduit removes the shock from the target when it hits.
What?
So you get that initial burst of damage, but you might be cutting off your spark chain right at the source.
That's a tricky trade-off.
Yeah.
Maybe it's better suited for a boss fight where you need that initial burst.
Right.
Then you switch to arc or lightning bolt for the ad-clearing spark chain.
Exactly. It's about adapting your strategy based on the situation.
Right.
That's what makes this build so interesting.
Yeah.
It's not just about spamming the biggest damage skill. It's about setting up those spark triggers with careful planning.
This is already giving me ideas.
Good.
So we've got lightning bolt for reliable single-target shocks. Arc for chaining through groups.
Yep.
And maybe lightning conduit for those big burst moments.
Right.
What if I want to play a little more strategically?
Okay.
Like controlling the battlefield with well-placed area of effect damage?
Then you might want to consider Lightning Storm.
Okay.
It's fantastic for sustained damage over time.
Yeah.
Especially against bosses or stationary targets.
Right.
And its area of effect coverage means a high chance of shocking multiple enemies at once.
Oh, wow.
Leading to even more spark triggers.
I love the idea of dropping a storm of lightning and just watching the sparks fly.
It is pretty satisfying.
But let's be honest.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just want to zip around the map.
Oh, yeah.
Wreaking havoc at high speed.
For sure.
What about a more mobile playstyle?
If speed is your game,
Okay.
Lightning Warp is your friend.
Okay.
It's not just about repositioning.
Right.
The explosion at the end of the warp can also shock enemies.
Really?
Setting up those glorious spark chains.
So it's like a hit-and-run tactic.
Kinda.
Zap and shock. Some enemies trigger a cascade of sparks zap out before they even know what hit them.
That's the idea.
What about something a little more stationary?
Okay.
Like setting up a shock trap for enemies to stumble into.
For that, Orb of Storms is your go-to.
Okay.
Think of it as a lightning turret that constantly pulses.
Shocking enemies within its range.
Right.
You can place it strategically in choke points or near boss arenas.
Right.
creating a constant source of shocks that will keep those sparks flying.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's great. It's really cool to see someone pick up these nuances so quickly about the build.
I've got a great teacher.
What?
But let's be honest.
Yeah.
All these lightning skills,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to drain our mana pool faster than a leaky faucet.
Right.
How do we keep up with the demands of a spark-focused build?
Mana management.
Yeah.
The eternal struggle of the spellcaster.
Right.
But don't worry, Path of Exile 2 gives us plenty of tools to work with.
Okay.
First off, let's talk about auras.
Okay.
Specifically the Clarity aura.
Okay. For those of us who might not be familiar with auras, could you give us a quick rundown on what Clarity does?
Absolutely. Clarity is an aura that you activate.
And it provides a constant boost to your mana regeneration rate.
Okay.
Think of it as a steady trickle of mana flowing back into your pool,
Right.
helping you sustain those spell casts.
So while it's not going to give us a huge burst of mana,
Right.
it'll help us keep casting consistently.
Exactly.
Which is exactly what we need for a spark build.
Mm-hmm.
What else can we do to manage our mana?
Remember that passive skill tree we talked about earlier?
Yeah.
It's not just about damage nodes.
Oh.
There are entire clusters dedicated to improving your mana pool and regeneration.
Right.
Look for nodes that increase your maximum mana,
Yeah.
boost your mana regeneration rate, or even reduce the mana cost of your skills.
So it's like a puzzle,
Kind of.
fitting those mana-related nodes into our build to create a sustainable flow of lightning.
That's the goal.
What about gear? Surely there are items that can help us out with mana as well.
Absolutely. Look for items with stats like increased mana regeneration,
Okay.
reduced mana cost, or even attributes that boost your intelligence.
Okay.
Intelligence is a key stat for spellcasters
Right.
because it naturally increases your mana pool.
Okay, so we can get mana regen from our gear, our passive tree, and auras like Clarity.
Right?
What about support gems? Are there any gems that can help us out directly with mana?
While there aren't any support gems that directly replenish mana,
Okay.
there are some clever workarounds.
Oh.
Consider the Blasphemy support gem.
Blasphemy.
Yeah,
That sounds a little ominous.
it does.
What does it do?
It allows you to attach a curse to enemies,
Mm-hmm.
but instead of casting it directly,
Okay.
it creates an aura that automatically applies the curse.
Interesting. So I could have a blasphemy aura constantly cursing enemies with something like vulnerability,
Right.
making them take increased damage without having to manually cast the curse every time,
Exactly.
saving me mana in the process.
Yeah.
That's
And
good.
that frees up your other skill slots for those powerful lightning spells. It's all about maximizing efficiency.
This is why I love Path of Exile too.
Me too.
There are so many layers of strategy involved.
It's amazing.
But, you know, while we're busy zapping enemies with lightning
Mm-hmm.
and setting off chain reactions of sparks,
Yeah,
we can't forget about our own defenses.
that's true.
How do we keep our lightning-wielding hero alive in the heat of battle?
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
All the mana and sparks in the world won't help if you get taken down in one hit.
Right?
Let's talk about how to make sure you're as durable as you are devastating.
Yeah. Survivability is key,
Right.
especially when you're relying on creating those shock chains.
Right.
You'll be in the thick of things surrounded by enemies.
Yeah.
So let's break down some defensive layers you can consider.
Okay, let's start with the basics.
Okay.
Armor and evasion. Right?
Yeah.
Those seem like the first line of defense against incoming attacks.
They are.
Yeah.
Stacking armor will help mitigate physical damage.
Right.
And evasion makes you harder to hit.
But remember, lightning damage often bypasses these defenses.
Oh, right.
So we'll need some additional strategies.
All right, so we can't just rely on stacking armor and dodging every attack.
Right.
What about energy shield?
Yeah.
I know a lot of spellcasters utilize that
Uh-huh.
to create a buffer against damage.
Energy shield is a fantastic option,
Okay.
especially for a lightning-based build.
Right.
It acts as a separate pool of health,
Okay.
absorbing damage before it hits your life pool.
I see.
There are tons of ways to boost energy shield
Yeah.
through passive skills on the tree, unique items,
Right.
and even specialized flasks.
So we could have a layer of armor, some evasion for those close calls,
Yeah.
and then a healthy chunk of energy shield to absorb those lightning blasts.
Right.
Sounds pretty tanky already.
It's a solid foundation.
Yeah.
But let's not underestimate the power of active defense.
Okay.
Movement is your best friend in Path of Exile 2.
Okay.
The faster you can dodge those incoming attacks, the less you'll have to rely on those defenses.
Which is where our trusty lightning warp comes in.
Exactly.
Zap in shock. Some enemies trigger a cascade of sparks, zap out before anything can touch us.
Right.
Love it.
And if lightning warp doesn't suit your fancy,
Yeah.
there are other movement skills,
Okay.
like flame dash or blink arrow,
Right.
that can give you that quick escape when things get hairy.
Okay, so we've got movement for those get-out-of-jail-free moments.
Yeah.
But what if I want to stand my ground and really unleash a storm of lightning?
Okay.
What are my options for those more stationary situations?
Totems are your allies in those scenarios.
Okay.
Summoning totems to distract enemies and deal some damage while you stay safe behind the lines
Mm-hmm.
can be incredibly effective.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah.
It's like having a little lightning-powered bodyguard watching my back
Right.
while I rain down sparks from a safe distance.
Exactly.
And don't forget about crowd control.
Of course.
Skills that freeze stun, or even just slow down enemies, can give you the breathing room you need to unleash those powerful spells
Absolutely.
and set up those spark chains.
It all works together.
So it's all about layering those defenses right.
It is.
Armor evasion, energy shield movement skills, totems, crowd control. That's a lot to think about.
It can be overwhelming,
Yeah.
but that's part of the beauty of Path of Exile, too.
I know, right?
You have the freedom to tailor your defenses to match your playstyle and the challenges you face.
It's about understanding the strengths and weaknesses of your build, then finding creative ways to mitigate those weaknesses.
Exactly.
And remember, this is just a starting point.
It is.
As you explore the game and experiment with different options, you'll discover even more ways to protect your electrifying champion.
You'll have a blast.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah.
A deep dive into the Earthbound Voltaic Staff.
So much to cover.
From its shocking potential
Shockingly good.
to the skills and defenses that'll let you wield its power effectively and safely.
Remember, the true fun lies in experimenting, discovering synergy,
It's all about the synergy.
and creating a build that's uniquely your own.
Make it your own.
Take these insights, apply them to your own playstyle, and go forth and light up Breaklast.
Zap 'em.
Thanks for joining us, and remember,
Yeah.
stay shocking.
We'll see you next time.